So you guys already know why I'm here. Just read the title. The Philadelphia 76ers just got swept, and Joel Embiid just said this.
I always say that I want to, end my career here, and if it happens, good. If it doesn't happen, well, you move on and all that stuff.
And even though I don't think that sounds like a big deal, I think that there's a chance that we may have just seen Joel Embiid play his last game in a 76ers uniform. But anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, like it up and of course subscribe. I did not even plan on making a video today. I'm making this last minute, so the editing on this might not be all that crazy, and this is kind of like a barbershop talk, because I truly think that there's a solid chance that we've seen Joel Embiid play his last game in a 76er uniform. Thing is, I know that Sixers fans are gonna hate me saying that, but let me explain why. Before you glide over that dislike button, actually listen, don't be biased, and understand the horrible predicament the 76ers are currently in. I've made so many videos talking about the Sixers and why their process was gonna fail and why all the steps that they took, whether it was trading away Fultz, hiring Elton Brand, keeping Brett Brown, letting Jimmy Butler walk away, overpaying Tobias Harris, and bringing in Al Horford. That's been well documented on this channel and some of my other channels as well. But I think that this playoff series really just shows how bad this team actually is. And I'm not going to put the blame fully on Joel Embiid, but this process has been a failure. And the thing is, I know that people say that if Sam Hinkie would have stayed on, he would have made it better. But in all honesty, there are no signs to say that he would have made this better. He honestly could have made it worse. Because to me, tanking for years and years and years. I made a video about them a few weeks ago saying why Ben Simmons should be playing power forward. He plays power forward. Things are going all right, but then he gets injured. But now it's a little too late because the Sixers are in a downward spiral. Tanking for years and years. Banking on losing games and getting the best prospects for like 10 years and walking away with two players that are amazing in Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid is a failure. Not to mention that also built a losing culture there. So now these two young players are tasked with changing the entire culture of a franchise, and they hire Brand and they go into an attempted fast rebuild that everyone knew was not going to work. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid simply cannot play together, and you guys overpaying role players is not going to help you, especially the wrong ones. I think that Jimmy Butler there made this team a lot better because Jimmy Butler is a killer and he's a guard. That's something that this team desperately needed and they no longer have. See, obviously, whenever you get players like Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, it doesn't obviously it doesn't work. But trading those two players, you never want to do it because it's like we want to make it work. We want to force it to actually work. And in this case, and the thing is, in some cases, you can do that, but we're borderline on the third year here. Not to mention, this roster is so jam locked on cap room that it's impossible to even get better without trading them. Mainly because, I mean, we'll look at next season. Tobias Harris is making $33.5 million. He's actually the highest paid player on the entire team. That's crazy to me. Al Horford, our old man Horford, is making nearly $28 million. Josh Richardson is making almost 11, which isn't insane, but that's still a lot. But just between those three players, along with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid both making almost $30 million each, this team is guaranteeing $130 million to these players. That is, by next season, I think that they're going to be top 4 in the highest payroll in the entire NBA. That is something that is not even feasible at all. Whenever you're talking about getting better, that simply can't happen with this team. And I wouldn't be shocked if they decided to make a trade. Like I said for this video, I don't have a script. I'm going straight off of the dome. I can see a few teams that can be in play here. See, I think that they keep Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons is easier to build around. And I'm sorry, having a dominant center now isn't as important. Him dislocating his knee and him having that knee injury does cause some concerns because sometimes that happens to be a reoccurring thing. But I do think that Joel Embiid is by far the more expendable player. With that being said, I see Joel Embiid being traded to maybe a team like the Miami Heat. As far as what Philly gets back, probably their shooters, probably Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero and some other players, because that's going to help out Ben Simmons and, you know, a couple of first round picks. Miami might be hesitant to make that move because they already have Bam, Joel Embiid. The fit is kind of iffy, but that is another team that can make a move. The team that I think would more than likely be in play is the Golden State Warriors. And I know that people bringing up Golden State with Ben Simmons, with Giannis. That's because Golden State has so many freaking assets. Like, if you look at Golden State, they obviously have the second overall pick. They also have a trade exception as well. Let's say if the Golden State Warriors were to offer the second overall pick, Andrew Wiggins, and Jordan Poole or something, and maybe another first round pick for Joel Embiid. That's the best deal that Philly would ever get, actually, because they would have a chance of replacing Joel Embiid, getting another guard, which they actually need, letting that be LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, whoever Minnesota doesn't take, or packaging that pick and find a way to convince somebody to take Al Horford's contract for the next 3 years. That is a finesse move because that makes it easier to get out of those bad contracts and start to build around Ben Simmons. Regardless, I really want to hear what you guys have to say. I really wanted to make this thing a short video. If you guys want me to actually break this whole thing down in the comment section below, let me know. And also, if you are a Sixer fan, let me know how you guys feel about this process and the future of your team, because like I said, you guys are in a bad position. And I say this about a couple of teams. Two other teams are the Wizards and the Blazers. Both teams in cap hell. The one difference with that is that those teams, those guys are in the middle of their prime. And like, we've never seen this happen to where both of the star players on the team are really young. Granted, Joel Embiid is 26, but this is really like his third year or fourth year playing. We have never seen a young team with these kind of problems. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Tomorrow, I'll probably upload some 2K21 of the demo. I think that's coming out tomorrow morning. Regardless, you guys, this is a late video. Not much depth. I just wanted to hear what you guys have to say, and I really want to get it in the comment section below. I'm going to be replying to all of the comments, but I think the process is over, and I think that we might have just seen Joel Embiid's last game in a Sixers uniform. But anyways, guys, I am out. Check out all the other videos on this channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, y'all.